What's going on? It's your dog, Art Man the Great, and we're back with another boxing conversation. Get my camera right. Yeah. Let's go. Let's do this. Got a fresh cut. I had to trim the afro down. You know how I do. You know how I do. Look at me looking young and handsome. Got to get the mustache trim, all that shit. Young Art Man is back, man. What they say, black don't crack. Couldn't even tell that I'm almost motherfucking 30. Yeah. Look like I'm still in my early 20s in this motherfucker. But shout out to everybody out here supporting Art Man, the great man. Shout out to my brother D Hive, man. We out here, brother, man. We definitely out here, dude. I've been doing my motherfucking thing so hard. Twitter had to knock me off it. But it's all good. I came right back, cracked the code as usual. You know what I'm saying? So now I'm back to talk that real shit. Um, Yeah, one fight I just seen. Now I got my dude D Hive in here. One fight I just seen that they're talking about Lipinets versus Matias. And I know folks gonna say, oh, Matias is such a power puncher and this and that. Man, I ain't gonna lie. If Lipinets box well, tie up, jab him, stick on the outside, win those exchanges by, boxing smart, I wouldn't be surprised if he pulled this out on cards. I would not be surprised if he wins this shit by points. I really don't. But there's also a possibility that he can get his ass knocked out. See, the last dude though, he showed us that motherfucking Matias do not got the best defense. He don't. He's showing that he don't got the best defense, my guy. So I wouldn't be surprised if he get tap 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 avoid tap 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 jab. You know what I'm saying? Tie him up and get up out of there. Say he ain't winning shit. Goosing in his car. Oh shit, never mind. Bro, Goosen is a terrible trader to me. And I know folks gonna be like, how can you say that? He's a terrible trader to me because the nigga is too fucking old to hold the goddamn pads. Like, what the fuck? What is he really telling his fighters that I fucking helped Diego Corrales once upon a time? Jesus, man. I gotta keep it 1,000, man. That shit, I don't know. It's the reason why niggas like Ryan Garcia up and left his ass real quick. He ain't winning shit with Goosen. Yeah, man. I wouldn't be surprised. Hold on, let me let everybody know I'm on this motherfucker live right now. It's a lot of shit I wanted to talk about. Um, like motherfucking Andrew Ruiz, his ass, he tripping, man. Motherfuckers be wanting a bag to fight Wilder. Said Goosen relies on his fighters to have natural abilities. His odds very little to their game. He has very little to his game plan. That's what it's looking like. And to be honest, we gotta look at these coaches through a certain lens. And I'm glad you brought this up. We gotta look at these coaches through a certain lens because you can't be out here claiming that you the best coach when the only reason why you have a champion is because your fighter is just naturally gifted. Let's be real. A lot of these trainers out here, they don't be really telling their dudes nothing. A lot of these dudes, they don't be telling their dudes nothing for real. Fucking much right now. But yeah, I really didn't like Goosen in the Ryan Garcia fight. That was some sucker shit. And then motherfucker didn't even show up. Now he showed up to get this motherfucking check. He's showing up to get this motherfucking check now. But yeah, speaking of coaches, yeah, Derrick James, man, did you hear about Derrick James? What he said about Canelo versus Charlo, which is actually a pretty good game plan. He wants, from what I read, Derrick James wants his fighter Jamel Charlo to come in at a ready 163 pounds or 164 pounds. He don't want him to come in at 168 and rehydrate to 170 plus. Nah, he wants this dude, Charlo, he wants him to be at 163. And I like that. I like that a lot because it's like he wants his fighter to be quicker, more agile, on his toes more. And maneuvering, getting out them fucking traps that Canelo like to set up with them looping ass left hooks. And I love that. I really do. The only thing is I fear in that fight is if he can take a Canelo punch, because regardless of how much shit I talk about Canelo, I do know he can punch. I seen it in that John Ryder fight, man. When he hit John Ryder with that straight right hand that had that motherfucker bouncing off the ropes, he looking like, man, I don't know how he got it. He got the strength of motherfucking the queen inside of him uh, for fucking getting up to that shit, man. Because I was looking like, damn, they about to throw the towel in on that boy. But he came back and weathered the storm. And that shows that, this guy, Canelo Alvarez, he can get touched. He can get touched. Let me send a link to my dude, Blintz Boxing, real quick. Let everybody know I'm on here live right now on YouTube. But yeah, I really can't wait to see like more of the fight with Charlo versus Canelo. I want to see more like the build up. I want to see what they're looking like in the gym prior to the fight. Hold on. Man, a lot of folks been on my head about this whole Shakur Stevenson shit, but I'm like, don't come at me, come at D Hive. He the one really going in. Said, be mad at D Hive. D Hive is the one that's always going at it with motherfucking Shakur Stevenson. But I'm glad this person brought it up on my Facebook. They just asked me, or she just asked me. She said, "What's up with you talking about how Devin lowball Regis and Shakur since Shakur ducking?" Nah, come to the show so we can talk to it. So, cause I love it. I love that shit, man. I love it because I seen another dude try to say, "Oh man, did you see Devin Haney trying to lowball Regis too, man? He's trying to lowball him. He's trying to lowball Regis." Man, who signed to who is what I want to know. Who's promoter? Because last time I checked, Regis is signed with Matchroom Eddie Hearn. So Matchroom Eddie Hearn is the one fronting the Bucks, man. So you're telling me this is what Matchroom thinks about their fighter? They think that he deserves less against Haney? Yeah, that's how they feel. That's how Eddie Hearn feels. That's how Eddie Hearn Matchroom feels right now. Hold on. Let me send this shit to my cousin real quick because he trying to figure out what's going on. But speaking of Haney, the brother got options. Devin Haney, he got options, dude. Did y'all hear? Let's go look at that the news right now, because my boy was just asking me about it. My casual cousin, he be trying to find out certain things that's going on in boxing. I try my best to fill him in, but so the WBO the WBO announced Tuesday evening that Teofimo Lopez Jr. welterweight title will be vacant unless he informs the organization within 24 hours that he wishes to retain his title. If he's to retain his title, if the title is declared vacant, Jose Ramirez and Arnold Barboza will be ordered to meet for the belt. Ramirez and Barboza share promoter, Top Rank, and manager Rick Merrigan. Devin Haney also has 24 hours to inform the WBO of his plans. If he wishes to move up to 140, he will be in line to fight Barboza. I have spoken to Ramirez and Barboza. They both respect each other and have agreed to fight should Lopez stay retired and Haney passes. I look forward to working with Top Rank. Optimistic to get both fighters. Blah, 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 blah. So basically, the ball's in Devin Haney and Teofimo Lopez's corner. Teofimo Lopez could say, hey, man, I'm keeping this belt. And if he keeps that belt, he got to fight Arnold Barboza. Or he could be a hoe and fucking ditch the belt. And Devin Haney could say, hey, you know what? I want that belt. And he could fight Arnold Barboza for the WBL belt. It's just that the motherfucking Devin Haney got so many options. And then you got this little nigga talking about some, I want 50-50 against Devin Haney for all 4 belts. Shakur Stevenson is what I'm talking about. Like, nigga, how the fuck does that work? Nigga, you getting offered to fight for all 4 belts in one night, and you declining it. Meanwhile, this nigga got 2 different agencies hitting this lineup, talking about they want to make fights for belts, for other belts. Nigga, what are we saying here? And I told somebody on Facebook, they got mad. I said, man, regardless of how you try to slice it, no matter where Devin Haney move, his resume is gonna be looking way better than Shakur and Tank. Like, let's be real, it is. Like, man, how the fuck can y'all say this dude not doing his job as a boxer? He's doing everything that I asked for as a boxer. He's staying clean, off drugs. He's going in there, winning fights, fighting the guys I want him to fight. You know what I'm saying? He's going in there snatching belts. And now he plans on moving up to take another belt. Like, and he's staying active. Isn't that what y'all want from boxing fans? You want from boxers? I thought that was the game plan. Haney ducking no matter where he turns. Yeah, they looking at it ducking no matter where he go. Oh, he ducked Regis. Oh, he ducked. Man, last week I just said Regis ain't shit. Man, get the fuck out of here. And my dude, Shelton says Zesty Andy don't want to fight. Salute to my dude JR. Yeah. We gonna get into that. We gonna get into that for sure. Man, a whole lot of faking it, pump faking going on in this boxing world, dude. Like, Andy Ruiz and Shakur Stevenson's situation is kind of similar, but then again, it's not. See, Andy Ruiz wants to fight Wilder, right? Or that's what he says. But he doesn't want to fight Wilder for the minimum. He wants to fight Wilder for the most money he can possibly get. I don't know what the number is, but they say he's looking for astronomical numbers against Wilder. And his father is the one who wants him to get more money. But Wilder's not a champion. Why do you want so much money to fight another contender? I don't get it. Wilder's not a champion. You're not fighting for any belt if you beat Wilder. So why you can't just go into this fight like you fighting Luis Ortiz or you fighting Chris Arreola? What's up with that? You talking about your last person against a champion. Wilder's not a champion. Last time I checked, Wilder isn't a champion. So why do you want so much money to fight against another contender? Oh, why? Because you're fucking scared. You're scared, man. You're fucking scared, dude. That's why you want that much money to fight Deontay Wilder. Because you're scared that you will get your ass knocked the fuck out to a point where you may not be the same after you fight the motherfucker. That's why. Don't be like Andy, he not like you, some of you dumb motherfuckers on Twitter. He not gonna fall for that. Oh, look at Fury beat him. Fury beat him, so that makes him easy. Nah, he's not a fucking idiot. Everybody, bro, regardless of what y'all think in the boxing world, the fans, in the real boxing world, These motherfuckers know the deal. They know Tyson Fury is a special one-of-one type of cheating ass, gypsy ass, mob tied motherfucker. So they know he was able to get over on Wilder. These motherfuckers don't have that same luxury. So they know if they go in there with this motherfucker, he is going to probably kill them. And the fact that he's actually getting better, his foundations are getting, fundamentals are getting better, it's even scarier. It's worse. It's worse now to fight Wilder before he fought Fury. Because now you fight somebody that's gonna be moving, bobbing and weaving, sticking the jab out, and throwing punches from different angles you ain't seen before. And now it's different. It's different. That's why these motherfuckers is so scary, bro. Like, and I'm gonna keep it 1,000. I'd be scared too. I'm gonna fight Wilder, nigga. I want 10 million. I want 10, 15 million, nigga. Because, nigga, my family, when I'm in a fucking coma, my family can't fucking survive off of fucking 1.5 or 3 after all my medical bills. So we need like 10, 15. And I actually feel Andy and them on that. And that's the crazy part. As much as I'm a Wilder fan, I feel him on that shit because we all know that dude, Andy Ruiz, is gonna get knocked the fuck out, and there's a possibility he could get permanently damaged. So I feel him on that requesting more money shit. But then again, I think to myself, like, nigga, you don't have that many options. Ruiz out here acting like he got a lot of options. Like, bro, if you don't fight Wilder, who are you gonna fight? Tyson Fury's not giving you 20 million to fight you. We not even sure what Tyson Fury got, what he got going on. He over here trying to fight fucking that big ass African nigga from the UFC. So yeah, man, like, says Ruiz is a fucking weenie. He know he gonna need another layoff after getting his shit broken. And then nigga, on top of that, nigga got wife problems. Nigga, you got baby mama drama and shit. Like, nigga, you better take this fight before you be left fighting motherfucking some random nobody on fucking PVC or wherever. Before you end up being Jared Anderson's motherfucking sacrifice in the future. Like, bro, you better do something, nigga, because this could be your last chance. Like, bro, nigga, 2019 was a long time ago now, bro. 2019 is a long time ago, nigga. We're talking about pre-COVID days is when you got a big check, bro. And you talking about, you think you getting that shit again off of what work did you put in? Getting dropped by Areola and getting punched on by Ortiz? Do you think you deserve more? Nigga, you haven't done shit since then. Like, come on, bro. You making it seem like you out here knocking niggas the fuck out. Hey, Tick, I'm about to send that. Link to you right now. Like, bro, Andy Ruiz acting like a bitch. Like, nigga, you know damn well you about to get your ass motherfucking killed, bro. What a smart motherfucker would have did. What a smart motherfucker would have did. I'd have took that whatever Wilder's presented to him. What, 5, 8? I took that shit. And I'd have bet on myself getting knocked the fuck out. I'd have had one of my people saying I'm getting knocked out in the motherfucking first round. You know what I'm saying? I would have motherfucking, if I knew I had no chance, I'd have took that money out and doubled up and put it on myself getting knocked the fuck out in the first round. Cause that's what it is, like, bro. Like, let's keep it 1,000, man. Like, you're not winning this fight, and you know this. But if you really want to double up, just bet on yourself getting knocked the fuck out. And we'll be making close to 10 million if he takes the Wilder fight. As Andy getting no 25 million to fight Wilder, he don't sell like that. That's nuts. They want them to give them the Wilder Fury type numbers. Like, what? Nigga, this is a motherfucking contender fight. This is 2 contenders fighting for the #1 mandatory spot. This isn't motherfucking y'all fighting for a belt. Y'all not fighting for a belt. Why are you acting like you fighting another champion? Niggas is bitch made, man. Like, man, and I want to play that clip because he over here smiling with them big fake ass teeth. Talking about Deontay Wilder. Deontay Wilder. Shut your bitch ass up, Eddie Ruiz. Fuck out of here. I'm upset AJ made your punk ass I'm upset, and AJ made this punk ass. Can y'all still hear me? Hold on, let me. All right, I'm back. I'm back. Hold on. Before I let my guest in, let me play this clip from Andrew Ruiz while I spark this joint up real quick. This nigga Andrew Ruiz is a fucking trip.
Wilder, you're mad. Wow. I'm saying, Wilder, you're mad. Wow. Man, why you mad for? Just 'cause my dad's trying to look out for me? Like, wants the best for me? Trying to give me as much money as I can? Come on, man. There's no reason to be mad about that. Talking about that I'm fat, I got short arms, that I'm fast. That's what everybody thinks. That's what everybody says inside the ring. Guess what? This fat, chubby kid is about to humble your ass down. Let's get it, baby. Come on. I'm saying.
How the fuck you gonna humble motherfucker if you don't even want to take the goddamn fight, fat ass? But what's going on, people?
Yo, what's good, bro?
What's up?
Shit, nothing much. Enjoying my morning, man. Did y'all hear
Yo,
Ruiz clip?
yo,
Yeah, I
Art,
heard it.
yo,
What's
Art.
up?
I gotta ask a question, bro. What's up with these delusional ass niggas, bro? In boxing, like first you got this fat motherfucker, Andy Ruiz, and then this motherfucker Shakur just, oh my god, bro, like he just looking all types of fucking weird right now.
I blame social media for hyping these guys' heads up, because that's what it
Mm-hmm.
really is.
Yep.
Social media told these guys that there's somebody special, and now they walking into the negotiations like, yeah, I'm demanding this, 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 and that. Like they got other options, and they
Like
don't.
50-50 on what? On the premise of what? Like Devin sells more than you. He's been on paper. He headlined a pay-per-view just recently. He's undisputed. Like what? What? When
And
you
you
bring
getting a
it,
chance
Devin.
to fight. You getting a chance to fight for all four
but
fucking
no,
belts.
you ain't exactly, bro. You ain't put in no fucking work to get those belts. You didn't have that. Look, man. Let me explain this real quick, Art, because you ain't been talking that much except on social media and shit. Yo, and I even explained this on my channel on my video a while ago with Devin. Devin had to fight tooth and nail just to get a fucking chance. Just to get a fucking chance. Because remember, he had to go through the sanctioning bodies, he had to go through promoters, he had to go through all this bullshit just to get a fucking chance. So you goddamn right he want his fucking his bread. He want his chips. Like, come on, man. Like, and then Shakur entitled ass not even trying to fucking work. And
One
honestly,
thing
let's
that's
and one,
embarrassing.
and one more thing too. One more thing too. I need to catch off.
Okay.
Shakur is living off beating Valdez on shit. That's cool. But yo, the only reason you got that fight is because Bud filed that fucking lawsuit against Bob Arum. That's the only reason he got that fight. Because he was never going to get that shit.
Haney wouldn't get that goddamn fight if it wasn't for a war in the Ukraine.
Exactly.
One thing that's embarrassing is that Haney came in and got a pay-per-view on Top Rank before Shakur. That means
No,
that even Bob Ba- that means
no,
that even Bob Arum didn't really think whatever Shakur was doing was worth anything. I mean,
exactly.
even if
Like,
he,
niggas
I
is
bet you if
fucking
Bob Arum had a choice, who would he
yeah,
rather have? Devin Haney
even
or
then,
Shakur Stevenson? I guarantee he'd say he want Devin Haney.
even it's funny because even Lomachenko never got a pay-per-view. Nobody over there was pay-per-view worthy until Devin Haney came over there.
exactly.
So clear,
Never step
so
they fucking game up.
clearly the 100-year-old man who's been in boxing for since most of us were born clearly knows something that we all don't, and that's Devin Haney's market value, because he didn't give anybody over there real pay-per-view opportunities until Wilder and then Devin Haney. So it is what it is. And I don't know what Shakur expects, but this is why I tell people to be careful about hyping people up. If you say that they're better than everyone currently fighting, they have no incentive to give you the fights you actually want because they beat everybody anyway. So where's the incentive? Shakur has none. He knows if he fights a bum, people will think that he's better than everyone else regardless. So he has no incentive to really try to get fights made. Same as Bud. Why do you think Bud waited till he's almost 40 to finally step up? Because everyone said he beat everybody anyway. So he had no incentive to do anything.
And you fighting people after Spence already beat them years beforehand. So that makes it look even crazier.
And you tell the motherfuckers you fighting a better version of them years later.
Stop it. Oh my god. I was so mad
It
when he
makes
did this, bro.
it's almost a stupid logic is when people say that the version of Donaire that Inoue fought is better because he was older and coming down in weight. It's like, do you realize
Uh,
how stupid you? It's like, do you realize how dumb you sound?
they do realize that Guillermo Rigondeaux beat a fucking prime in you. I mean, Donaire, right? They
Even
do realize that,
even
right?
even without that, the fact that you're older and the fact that you're moving down in weight after going up in weight and suffering losses, that doesn't make you any better. That doesn't
Yeah.
make you better. It puts more wear and tear on you. So it's like y'all sound stupid. Y'all could say that this person is good without making up stuff.
And that's just like even when they always talking shit about Mikey Garcia going up in weight. Do they realize that Mikey was the champion at 140? Did they forget that happened? Because he was a champion in two different weight classes at the same time. Because remember, everybody forgot he beat Lippin. He was the first. He beat Lippin this first. Everybody forgot about
Beat
that.
him. And that was somebody that Terrence Crawford was supposed to face, but everybody went and called the IBF so he could be undisputed as opposed to fighting Lipinets.
Oh, I know. I remember that shit because I remember fucking the LDBC was vouching for Crawford to get that fucking fight with to get that fight. I remember that shit.
And that's why
They
you don't vouch for people
they personally called him.
yeah, and that's why you don't vouch for people because then how did Crawford repay them? By being an anti LDBC symbol.
Exactly. Facts. Facts.
So yeah, that's why you don't stick your neck out for people.
I know.
As I
And
said,
even when fighters I like when they do some fuck shit, I call that shit out. Like Devin Haney talking about some I'm donating my money to the Ukraine. Nigga, what
I
the
was
fuck
mad at
you
Devin for
talking
that
about?
one. That's the only time I've ever
Fuck
been
you
mad.
talking about, nigga? That shit sounds stupid as fuck.
I'm mad at Devin for that shit, bro. I'm like, yo, these niggas don't do that shit, bro. Like, fuck them Ukraine niggas, man, for real.
Man, did you speaking of Ukraine niggas, did y'all see Danny the Boy versus
Oh
Usyk?
god, bro.
That shit
Bro,
looks
that shit's
stupid.
so funny. Watch how the cameras are fucking not even trying to like zoom out to show fucking Danny the Boy walking. Cause
Because
the
it's a
nigga is
worse
walking
version of
with a
AJ.
fucking limp, nigga.
Oh, he's
Yeah,
limping.
He's
He's coming up.
limping.
What do you have? A 20 ACL?
yeah,
Yes.
tore ACL, something like that.
Oh my
Yeah.
god, bro. What the fuck is he doing in the ring right now?
Keep in mind, he's already a worse version of AJ, but then you add one leg, like, bro, this is trash. If Usyk can't knock this dude out, bro, like, come on.
Bro, Usyk could have had pick anybody out from the pick of the litter, but you choose a
Usyk could
one
have fought Wilder.
oh no, oh, we already know that, but
So I
you
want to
don't
know this. Do you think what is the WBA that he's the mandatory he's fighting?
who
Wilder.
yeah,
Yeah, I think, yeah,
Do
Wilder's
you think the do you think the
WBA.
WBA would have stripped Usyk if he would have fought Wilder instead of Daniel Boy?
absolutely not.
No, because they bring
Absolutely
that
not.
money. That fight is bringing in big money.
I have fans telling me that there is no way that Usyk could have fought Wilder next.
Why not?
No
Then
way.
why did Usyk call him out?
I don't know.
I
I
know.
don't know. I
No.
don't,
I know why. I know why. Because he knows he can't get out of the way of that right hand. That's why he didn't call him out. He's not
No, I
at
said
that.
why did
He's
I
not
said
at
why
that.
did Usyk?
No, that's why he didn't call him out. Because
you know what I think?
he's
I
not at that
think he thought.
way to be.
I think that he was gonna go in there and I was thinking that, or I feel like Usyk thought that Wilder was gonna go in there against Robert and look like he got some damage on him from fighting
Mm-hmm.
Tyson Fury.
Mm-hmm.
And then when he seen that nigga spark him out, go pushing him back while he was going backwards, I feel like he was like, nah, like I feel like his team
His
really sat
mind
him
changed
down too. I
immediately.
really feel like his team sat him down and said, let's weigh out your options, man. You don't necessarily have to fight him next.
Let's get a little easy money and then reapproach Tyson
But it
Fury, I
would be
guess.
karma. Regardless if we say about Danny Dubois, he do got a puncher's chance in the heavyweight division.
Yeah, because he could punch.
That
You know.
that'd be
Because he
hilarious.
could
That'd be
punch.
hilarious.
But my thing is, if he knocks out knocks out fucking Usyk, what the fuck happens with the heavyweight division?
He gonna run the fight, AJ.
They
The
gonna make him
heavyweight.
He
fight
gonna run.
AJ, or you think they're gonna make him
Yeah.
fight Fury? Because
No,
that
No,
means Frank Warren's gonna have both belts on his side.
exactly. He's
I
gonna
mean
fight
he
eight.
might. Yeah, but AJ is a more winnable fight right now, especially if you get a dub over Usyk. Because Fury, not only that, but Fury is tied up with Ngannou and doing reality TV and all kinds of other shit. So Frank Warren getting his
Bro,
bread
is
off
that
some other
shit
stuff.
with Netflix true?
Yeah, apparently that's why he hasn't been negotiating anything because he's shooting reality television.
What reality show?
Apparently
Apparently,
they're doing
Netflix
some
is making a
nonsense with the
Tyson
Furies.
Fury reality TV show.
Oh my Jesus. Okay.
Yeah, they're not gonna leave out the part about him being an organized crime figure. I
Nope.
bet that
They ain't gonna let
they're
they
That's
not
ain't
gonna
gonna,
probably
leave
what's
that
gonna.
in.
That's
they
probably
ain't
what's
gonna
gonna
let
have
him
the.
know that
That's
he's
probably
with.
gonna have the show selling. To be honest, they're gonna do it like
I hope.
Mob Wives.
Oh,
That'd be hilarious.
okay. Fuck up. This man said my wives. Are you wild for that one?
That shit crazy. In the WBC, they not stripping mall, right? And I feel like they not stripping mall because
Because they don't want. Because they gonna look fucking racist if they do. Y'all didn't
because they
strip.
gonna look racist if they do because
Exactly.
Tyson Fury still gets to keep his belt. It's just crazy, man. I swear, have you ever tried to explain boxing to a casual fan? Like, this shit is
Yes.
so fucking crazy to explain to motherfuckers because niggas gonna be looking at you like, bro, what? They do what over there? How many belts are there?
some,
Seriously, man.
people, some people think the IBO belt is real. I'm like, what?
Said
It was real
Andrew
when Triple G
100.
was
Hey,
steady defending it.
did y'all hear Frank Martin say he'll take that 25% to fight Devin Haney?
I saw that. I'm sorry.
Because it's
No,
Frank Martin fight week.
yeah, we know Frank Martin's mindset. We know he would have took that, and he wouldn't have thought twice about it. Because
I
how many
mean, shit, okay.
opportunities? How many opportunities you get to get an undisputed fight in one fucking fight?
My thing is, if Devin Haney does that and he beats Frank, who I don't want to hear no duck accusations, especially because of all the people picking Frank to win. So if he does that and he gets a dub, you can't. I don't want to hear the other fan bases come out and say, "Oh, somebody ducking."
Ain't no ducking when it comes to Frank Martin and Devin. If Devin took that fight, I would give him so much fucking respect, especially if he
I'm,
won.
I'm I'm saying because it's a difficult fight, and again, people we find ourselves in a situation where people are picking against Devin Haney, and I'm like, okay, cool. So if he gets in here and he doesn't lose, I don't want to hear nothing about ducking and all that. Like, oh, well, he just did this to get out of fight. No, you can't say none of that.
Please, Shakur, look, man, look, bro. Shakur's fans have no fucking leg to stand on after this man turned down undisputed and 25%. I don't want to hear no
I don't.
fucking.
I honestly completely forgot that he turned down Warrington back in the day. That's pathetic.
And you know, it's funny. People, I remember that shit. People was getting on him about that, and I was like, man, and at the time, I was like, man, fuck is Josh Warrington? Like, because he would fuck him up anyway.
Well, yeah, that's what makes it look bad because Warrington is some easy money. Warrington is easy money, and
Nah,
he
but
and he, and he
the one person I get on him about is fucking turning down is Gary Russell. That's the one I don't. That's the one I get on score about because he did duck
oh,
Gary.
Gary Russell was not easy money. Yeah, no, Gary Russell was not easy money at the time. So he
Yeah,
looks
that's
bad on both
what I
ends.
get on him
I, I did.
about. Get on him about.
I completely forgot he turned down Gary Russell.
Yeah, he ducked Gary Russell. That's the one. That's the one time I said I looked at Shakur funny until this time.
Well, yeah, no, because Gary was definitely not easy money at the time.
Shit,
I mean, still not, but
he's
you
still
know,
not easy money. Shit, cause I thought he beat fucking Maxio, even with one fucking hand.
yeah, yeah. But we shall see. It looks yeah, things are looking a little weird. But do I think Devin Haney's going to fight Frank Martin? No, probably not. But
Nah, not right
you
now.
know,
Devin, to me, Devin's next fight's gonna be at 140. It's gonna be, I think, it's gonna be at 140, and it should be, because honestly, it's been time for him to move up.
he
It been
needs
time.
to respond to the WBO because that's a viable opportunity he got right there, and he needs to respond to them. And
Yup.
just
Get
fight
that belt,
Barboza.
Formosa. Yep. Go get that. Since Tiafimo magically retired, but we know why he retired.
Yeah, and it's funny because people pick Tiafimo to knock Haney out, but then Tiafimo steady running. It's like clearly the professionals know a little bit more about boxing than y'all.
He's been running for years.
After the second performance of his lifetime against a pound for pound fighter, he still don't want to see Devin Haney. I always say you dude's gonna learn the hard way. You dude's gonna learn the hard way because eventually Devin Haney's gonna fight someone you like, and he's not gonna lose, and then you're gonna be upset just like with the Lomachenko nonsense.
They still mad about
Man,
that Lomachenko fight, bro. They still
yo,
mad about that shit.
speaking of the Ukraine and all that shit, so Usyk's manager said he knows something that can completely destroy Tyson Fury's image.
Tyson Fury's
Okay.
image is already
And
destroyed.
that's what
Like,
I'm like, and I'm
what
thinking
are
to
you talking
myself,
about?
like, nigga, what can really destroy his image at this point? We already know this nigga's a cheater. We already know he's an
We know
active
he's a
member of a
cheater. We know he's a
cartel.
drug addict. We
We
know
know
he's a
he's a
part of the
drug
mob.
cheat.
Like, come on, bro.
People only
Like
like him because he got over on Wilder. That's it. That's it. People
niggas,
only
I
like him
know
for that
y'all
reason.
looked all that. Y'all looked past all that shit because he got over on Wilder. So like,
Yeah.
what is it? I mean, this shit is not surprising.
I don't like
And now,
people that were fans of Fury during the entire saga all of a sudden trying to turn on him and
Hmm.
act like they're
And
the
that's what I'm
moral
calling folks.
authority.
I've been calling
Like
folks
y'all
out
are
on
weird.
Twitter. They've been saying, "Oh, Art man, I'm not a fan of Tyson Fury. I'm not really a fan of Tyson Fury." Then I'm like,
It's
"Damn,
like,
why
you
are you
was
yeah,
willing
when
to
you
you
die?"
fought
were.
I said,
Wilder.
then why were you willing to die on the hill defending Tyson Fury's cheating allegations against Wilder?
When we saw the fucking tape, it's clear as day he fucking cheated.
No, that one's different. They gonna hold that shit to the grave, nigga. But man, that shit's just crazy, dude. He talking about he got something that's gonna destroy Tyson Fury's image. What's really gonna destroy his image at this point? You see,
I
Netflix
don't
still
care.
trying to make a deal with this nigga.
I don't care what Aegis Clemens got to say. Aegis Clemens said that Devin Haney was going to be pound for pound number one after he beat Lomachenko, and then he turned around on it when it actually happened. I don't care about Aegis Clemens. Aegis is just trying to protect his last asset, which is Usyk, because Lomachenko is nothing right now, and Usyk is the only guy he's got, and so he's trying to
Yo,
protect
D,
this
yo, D.
asset to cash up.
You know what's funny, yo? You know what's funny? And the homie BFTV made a video about this early this morning, yo, and it had me thinking. I think he's right, bro, because he's talking about the whole Shakur and Devin shit. He said if Devin beat Shakur, a future fight with Tank for Shakur is the whole 135 division is null and void if Devin beats everybody because he just beat Lomachenko, and then if he beats Shakur, that's going to be a bad look for Top Rank because Devin just came to your fucking stable and beat all your fucking fighters.
Cleared
Yeah,
everybody,
and then left
everybody,
as a free
and,
agent.
and then out of there exactly. And the only
Why do you think they
person that
trying to
was
offer this? They offering their own fighter a low percentage, and they probably trying to talk him out of it too as well.
and
That's
then
what I'm
after that,
thinking. That's what I'm thinking too, bro. Because they know Shakur was going to turn down that 25%.
the only one truly qualified for a tank fight would be Devin Haney. So no one else over there has a claim because all y'all just lost. And if Tank fight anybody else aside from Devin Haney after him putting in all that work, Tank gonna look crazier than he already does.
And then on top of that, like, because that's the thing, like, top ranks matchmakers, that's all the fuck they do is just match up this person and that person, and then they tell Bob and relay to him who the fuck to put in the ring. That's what they do. They don't. I don't think they're confident that Shakur can beat Devin, So
They
that's
never
why they
were.
clout chasing.
Yeah, because if they were confident, then Bob would have gave Bill Haney what he asked for.
Oh yeah, no doubt.
I mean, people want to ignore that, and I'm like, dude,
Because they
Bill
because they
asked,
been because they been because bro, they've been asking for that fight for
and
months
the
for
thing,
before even before Lomachenko. They got
and the
Loma.
thing is,
They've been asking for Shakur Stevenson. They said
and the
we'll
thing is,
resign with you if you give us Shakur.
right, and the thing is too, they want to get Shakur out the way as soon as possible because every month Devin Haney remains at 135 as a risk. So why would they risk delaying the fight? That's why they just wanted to add it onto the deal so they could hurry up and get it over with. So
Exactly.
Shakur, yeah, Shakur is the one delaying on purpose, and it's probably a tactic he got from Crawford because Crawford knows that every month Errol Spence remains at welterweight, it
Mm-hmm.
becomes more difficult for him to sustain himself. So Shakur is using the play-by-play using Bud's handbook. That's why nothing he does shocks me because he's getting it directly
Yeah, I
from
do
people
remember you said
that are
that. I
above him.
do remember you said that shit. I think it was last year, 2 years ago, that you felt like he was going to follow the same exact blueprint.
I smelled it, and as much as I hate to say it, Bud's plan is incredibly smart. He's made a lot of money for doing absolutely nothing. He's gotten a lot of praise for doing absolutely nothing. He's contributed very little to boxing. He's a multimillionaire, and at the age of 35, he's finally in the top fight. That's like the best plan any boxer could follow. I don't like him because he lies a lot. He doesn't contribute. He
He's a
doesn't put in a
super
good day's
liar.
work.
That's
Yeah,
why I came up off of him.
and he supports ignorance, which I can't stand. But and the thing is, he markets himself as a boogeyman. If you market yourself as a businessman, I have no problem with you. But you market yourself as people are scared of you while you're actively avoiding people. That I cannot abide. I can't do it.
Nah, but what made me turn on him is when he tried to lie on what's the name. That's what when he lied on Danny Garcia. That's what made me turn on him, yo. Because I know Danny and his people. I talked to them, so they told me they gave me the rundown on everything that happened, bro. They tried to
Yeah, that
lowball Danny. They
yeah
offered
they
him
will
less
only
than
offer
Amir
him like
Khan. What?
yeah. They,
A
I heard
whole
that they
$4
only
million
offered.
dollars less.
I heard they only offered Danny 1 million
Damn, one. No, they said what I got was three, but
because
Danny
well
used to
Amir
making 5 and 6.
well Amir only got 5. So that's why
Yeah.
you said 4 million less. So that's
No,
one
no, 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 no. He ain't get 5. He got more than that, bro. He got 7. He actually got more than Crawford.
word.
Dead serious. He got
That's
7, and Crawford got 5.5.
that's pathetic.
Exactly. That's why I said 7
Oh,
because
that's
they offered
pathetic.
Danny 3.
Ah, damn. That's fucked up.
Like, and
Yeah.
then they told me he's like, yo, Danny made fucking 3 million fighting fucking Rod Saka.
Damn.
So what the fuck I'm taking 3 million for and you on another network?
One important thing people got to understand, just because these people aren't exclusive to Showtime, but if you're gonna cross the street, that
Yeah,
represents
you
like
gotta make them. You gotta make it worth their while
well, that
because
it
they
just it
already know.
repre
They already know they got the odds stacked against them as it is.
well, well, it's not even that. It represents it's sort of like going to a different barber while your barber is watching. You run the risk of tarnishing that business relationship in the future. So if you're gonna run the risk, it's got to be worth that risk.
Exactly. And them niggas ain't. And nobody ain't running. Nobody's turning their back on Al for no bullshit.
Right, exactly. And people can say what they want, but let's be honest. Danny Garcia cleared out all the actual work from 140 before
He
Crawford got there.
definitely, bro.
So
Thank you
it's
for
like, come
fucking
on.
saying, yo, D. That's why I fucks with you, bro. Thank you for fucking saying that because I've been told people this back in 2016, bro. He didn't. Terrence Crawford didn't really have to work to get
Yeah,
undisputed. Danny beat all the work. He beat Nate
'cause-
Campbell. He beat Lucas Matisse when Lucas Matisse was legitimately one of the most feared boxers in boxing. Danny Garcia took that challenge. People forgot about that
right, and yeah, and I mean, don't
and
get me
beat him.
wrong. Yeah, the only certified W that Crawford has, weirdly enough, is the one they don't talk about, which is Postal.
Yeah, I give him credit for that one because Victor
I,
Postal is a
I,
good fighter.
I don't know why people never talk about Postal. This motherfucker talking about Sean Porter. Like, bro, Postal was easily the most talented person you ever faced. He was undefeated. He was strong. He whooped Lucas Matisse ass too. Like, it's like, come on. But
Nigga, I
yeah,
just
they
rewatched that Sean Porter versus Bud fight, man. I ain't gonna lie, that wasn't the same Sean Porter that fought Spence. You can't convince me.
I mean, it
Look,
don't even matter because Spence is a different animal altogether. So it don't really matter.
You see, PBC had that in the barbershop talk, and niggas in the barbershop was saying they got Bud.
Hey, it sounds good. I hope you're putting your rent on it. I
bro,
mean,
I
it
already told
sounds
people
good.
what I'm doing. I'm taking. I hope they keep what's the name of underdog. Please do. Please keep him the underdog because that
Nigga, I
shit
don't
is
even
going.
gotta nigga, I don't even have to bet because I already know, nigga, the painting of fucking Spence breaking down Bud probably gonna buy me that Benz I want. Real shit, man. Real shit, because so many niggas gonna be looking crazy as fuck. Man, it's like niggas' whole realities depend on this Bud fucking fight, man. Bud
But yo,
gotta
can I?
win
But yo, can
because
I say something though, Art?
A lot of
yeah, go
people
ahead.
do.
Yo, why? And I interact with everybody. Why the fuck everybody keeps saying knockout, knockout? Do y'all not see another avenue for Bud to win? Do
No,
you not think
they
he
don't.
can outbox EJ?
They
They
Because
can't.
don't.
They know it
And I'm
can't.
telling, it's like, listen to what they're not saying. And I told these niggas, I'm like, bro, if Bud, if y'all been saying Bud gonna knock EJ out, he gonna knock EJ out, and Bud comes out and say, man, I'm gonna try, but type shit. What's gonna happen if he doesn't knock him out? Because y'all know Bud is a slow starter. Y'all know that, and y'all know Errol Spence is a fast starter, and he gonna keep it on you. Same pace, all 12 rounds. Might even turn
Yeah,
it up some more.
body work, fucking
that's that's
chest
why it's
work.
weird. That's
Then
why it's
and
weird
then
when
he
they
goes up and then he goes up top for your. Then he goes up top and he's going to fucking shoot that crisp ass jab at your fucking left eye.
That's why it's weird when they call him the best fighter in the world. I'm like, the best fighters in the world can win by any avenue necessary. Y'all are saying Bud by knockout because y'all don't see him winning any other way, and that's not a good situation.
But
So
yo, another thing I found out too. Yo, EJ throws 70 to 75 punches a round. Bud's at 30, bro. That's more than twice the
yeah,
amount.
that's
I
why
know.
they're banking on EJ making defensive mistakes so Bud can stop him because I'm like if it goes to the bell, Bud doesn't throw enough. And when Bud goes on the inside to quote unquote go for the kill, that's where he's probably gonna get himself
Oh
beat
no,
up.
he's not beating no fucking Spence on the inside. Hell no.
So it's
Not after
like
what I seen in Bud versus Sean Porter, and a lot of folks try to take that out of Sean Porter versus Spence and say, "Oh, well, look at all the work Errol Spence. I mean, Sean Porter was putting on him." Nigga, Errol Spence was still landing the clean, effective punches, and he was outworking.
That's why he won so convincingly after you rewatch the fight.
Fighting
Because
Porter at
even
his
at the
own
time,
game.
because at the time I had spent 7-5 at the time of the fight. But then when I rewatched it and I literally like went punch for punch, Spence cleared him easy. It was 9-3
I
with the
watched two
knockout.
fights. I watched two fights last night that convinced me that there's no way Bud's beating Spence in the inside. Porter versus Bud and Bud versus Mean Machine. I watched both of those back to back last night. I said, bro, the work fucking Mean Machine was getting off in the inside. Just he was right in front of Bud's face,
Even when
throwing
he dropped
overhand
Bud.
rights. Bro, he was right in Bud's face, throwing overhand lefts and right hands. And it was just right tagging his ass. And I'm like, what's all this switch hitting? They talking about switch hitting, switch hitting. Nigga, he getting hit no matter which way he switched to.
Terrence Crawford is not a switch hitter. He's a
The only switch hitter in
he's a south
boxing is Jerron Boots Ennis.
Terrence
Yep.
Crawford is a southpaw in denial. But my thing is I'm curious. All these dudes who base their entire boxing knowledge and persona off of Terrence Crawford, what are y'all gonna do if this man loses? Because basically this would mean that you've been effectively wrong about the last 3, 4, 5 years worth of boxing. So it's like, what are y'all
Deactivate
gonna
their
do?
Twitter accounts.
I hope so. I
Somebody
hope that
made.
in the
Remember, y'all? I know y'all know about that one channel talking about some. I mean, Crawford beats Spence or that one YouTube channel.
I don't know who the fuck that is.
so
Yeah,
what are they what are
he
they
got
gonna
a
what
fuck.
are they gonna do? Hop on the Inoue bandwagon next? Like what you gonna do?
Oh no, he's getting beat too.
And that's why Fulton gotta win because man, oh man, if Spence go in there and dog motherfucking
Both of
Bud
them
Crawford
dudes
and
lose in the
Anui
same week.
somehow wins,
That's
they
gonna be
gonna
a
be
great
like,
week.
well, he ain't better than Anui.
Right, exactly. So both of those dudes got to
That's why
lose the
it's so
same exact
poetic that
weeks.
fight is those fights are in the same fucking week.
Yeah, they both have to lose, and because them losing is just better for boxing because it allows a lot of delusional people to maintain false narratives if they somehow pull off dubs. Like so, we just got to get those dudes out of here, and it sucks, and
I
it
just want
sucks.
to get the Coach Malachi guy out of here. If I could get anybody out of here,
Oh
like,
yeah, yeah,
Oh my
yeah.
God, that
yeah,
dude is
that's just
miserable.
all.
You talking about Mr. Wakanda?
Yeah,
Yeah,
bro. Just if I don't
nah,
have
bro.
nobody else,
It's
just
not
get
hard,
rid.
yo.
I want
Just put
him
some Fred
going worse
Thompson in
than
front of him.
Fred. I want him
Him and
going
Fred,
worse than
between him
Fred.
and Fred, bro, I don't know who's fucking worse.
I'm
No,
not
I
gonna lie,
gotta,
watching Fred have mental breakdowns is pretty hilarious to me. So I kind of want him to stay
bruh.
where he at. But
Hey, no,
Malachi
I
needs to
want
get
him to
out of here.
stay right. Yeah, Malachi. Yeah, I watch Fred for shits and giggles, bro. When I just have
I ain't gonna
nothing
lie,
else
Fred
to
be making
watch.
me laugh now. I
No,
don't
Right,
even
it's
be I don't
exactly.
even be trying to
Yeah.
comment on this shit. I just be laughing.
at this point he's run out of shit. He just making up shit. And I said that about a lot of these Twitter accounts. At this point, it's just all jokes and bullshit because y'all ran out of shit to say. You know what I'm saying? The PVC fold and Showtime, everything y'all had going is
I'll
just
make your
kind
food
of got
now.
exposed. You know what I mean?
I'll
But
make your food now, okay?
Mm. But Malachi don't even talk boxing. He just be insulting people
that's
individually. Like,
I was
what are
just
you
finna
talking
say, and
about?
that's why I don't like him. And since some point, Fred even used to talk boxing. Like this dude Malachi just be dick riding Crawford and every that Wakanda shit. And I'm like, you do realize that Crawford is now a PBC fighter. So what is he a Wakandan too? Like him and Canelo? Like fuck out of here.
Yo, oh no, they really had a meltdown when Canelo signed with fucking PBC.
Hey, his fans were so confused. Like they were
They
so
really had a fucking
they didn't
meltdown.
know what to do. They didn't know to root for it. They didn't know to hate on it. They didn't know what to
They,
do. I'm like, yeah.
then the next week they switched up and said, "Oh, you see, the thing is, Canelo he owns PBC now. See, he bought stake. It's like, dude, shut up, stupid. Like nobody,
Stop it.
yeah,
Stop it.
like nobody's doing that. He's an employee like everybody else, about to line up get his little check.
Man, speaking of check, ADI, man, I was watching this little footage with Charlo, man. I hope my boy don't go lay down, man. 'Cause I think he could win, man, bro. I just been watching.
Did you hear Derrick James?
That was
I
a
don't
great
see, I don't
interview.
see, I don't see him laying down because Charlo to me not built like that. Because I ain't gonna lie,
Mm,
I've seen people lay down
mm,
for Canelo. I'm
I
just
don't
keeping
know.
it real.
I didn't.
mm,
In the words of Ted DiBiase, everybody has a price for the $1 million man. You feel me? So, you know what I'm saying? They throw that nigga an extra 10, 15
Yeah,
M's.
you might be right. Because look what happened to
yeah,
Caleb
Cause you
Plant.
fucking up
Caleb
the
Plant
big
laid down.
bag, bro. You fucking up the big bag if you beat Canelo too early in the game. Like, you know, you fucking up
because
Spence Canelo, you fucking up Benavidez Canelo. Like, you just fucking up the bag if you just stop it.
yeah,
Especially if
yeah,
you
that's
beat
true.
him convincingly. Like, especially if you just
Yeah.
dog walk him. Like, that'd be just
I
so
They,
don't think
terrible.
so. I don't think
Oh,
so
they got to
because
make the
look,
first
look,
fight a
look. You know
draw.
why
They
I
got to
say
make the
this?
first fight a draw.
This is why I say
exactly.
this. Hold on. I don't think so. Chavez Senior, after getting whooped by Randall and shit, niggas still had big fights with motherfucking Oscar De La Hoya, the
Man,
Mexican
that
Social
was
striker.
back.
media and
Yeah,
social
that was
media
back
wasn't
in the
around then.
day. Yeah, that was back in the day before kids got involved. Now it's a lot of kids getting involved, and then they write everybody off after they lose, most recently, and stuff like that. So yeah, that was back in the day when mostly grown folks that drank coffee and smoked cigars were watching boxing. Now it's a lot of
You
kids
gotta
who
you
just
got
run
a cat
around
like
saying stuff.
Mighty Max who is the voice of boxing, like on
Oh
Twitter.
my
Like, what the
god,
fuck? You
bro!
feel me?
Like, dude,
Like,
like that dude said that Boots was Adrian Broner, and I had other grown men coming to tell me that, oh yeah, he's right about that. Boots is Broner. I'm like,
Get the
do y'all
fuck out.
realize that? I'm like, do
nah.
y'all boys, do y'all dudes realize that this kid isn't even old enough to drink a beer? He wasn't even alive watching Prime Broner. What are y'all talking about?
He damn sure wasn't.
And
Like what?
I was high on Broner though, to be honest. I wouldn't say Jerron Boost in his high, but I did feel like Broner did have if he could have matched the discipline with his God given talent, I think Broner would have been more successful than we think. Like even in the fights
Oh,
against
we already know
Maidana,
that.
the fights against Pacquiao, like he performed decent even in the midst of the storms. You know what I mean? It's just the mental part. That's why
Broner
they say boxing is mental.
Broner had the ability. Broner would have been undefeated up until this era. Somebody around here would have beat
Yeah,
him. But if he was disciplined, he would have been undefeated. But that being said, stylistically, Boots and Broner are not the same because they just have
not at
different
all.
physical. They have physical dimensions and different physical attributes. But Max put that out there, and then I had dudes come like, "Oh yeah, see, he just like," and I'm like, "Oh my god, y'all really listening to a dude that didn't even watch Broner? Like,
Exactly.
He's fucking
like
16.
this?
Ain't he like 16 or some shit like that?
I think he's
17.
18. I think he's
17.
18 now. So if we see him in the stadium, we can punch him and not really do time.
Yeah,
So
yeah, yeah.
you
See,
know,
look, the reason why I don't hate that dude is because I used to have him on the show, and he explained to me what he's doing, and I know what he's doing, and I'm like, man, he getting
Shock
everybody,
value.
he's
Shock
getting
value.
everybody all riled up, and I'm like, bro, that's what he's doing, getting your
But
niggas
I will say he
all riled
does
up.
talk boxing. So when before he start doing that shit and he'll have his little analysis on the fight, I'm like, the dude kind of knows something. Like it ain't like he just one of these people who just ain't saying nothing. But some like you say in the when you combine it with the wild takes and trying to get the shock value, then it just leads to the rest of these Twitter shit. But I
Yeah,
watched a couple of this.
just like the I'm not gonna say no names, but y'all know what rhymes with fling IQ.
oh
Pink
yeah,
IQ.
that dude. I call him a llama,
That
man.
nigga
When
get that.
those
I gotta thank him. That's the nigga who gave me the so-called Twitter clout.
it was
He definitely
hilarious,
did.
man.
Oh, that's
He
the dude who
he he.
recorded you at the joint.
Nah, that was just this nigga. He got this boxing channel. He be interviewing all the girls and stuff now, the female boxers. Now, but I had during like the Mr. Wilder Fury. Like you remember that period in boxing where everybody in boxing thought AJ was fighting Fury next after Fury
Yeah,
beat
I
Wilder.
remember that shit like it was yesterday.
Mhm.
I was like me and like a handful of other niggas, but I was like the most vocal one telling folks that on Twitter that, hey man, I don't know what y'all talking about, but there's no way in hell Fury's gonna be able to fight Joshua without fighting Wilder a third time. This nigga, I don't know, somehow I just made a Twitter, but somehow he found my page and he started clowning me like, yeah, look at this dumbass. He doesn't know shit about boxing. Of course Fury's fighting Joshua next. This motherfucker invited me to his show.
He took a major fucking L. I remember that
Bro,
shit. I
bro,
remember that
he invited
debate.
me to his show and he had everybody come to. It was like 4,000 people up in that bitch. Tim Bradley was there, all types of shit. I mean, watching.
Because he can't debate by himself. I remember he challenged me one time, and
Yeah,
I said,
he had a mediator and all that shit that was on
"Yeah,
his
he
side
can't
and
debate
everything.
by himself."
Bro, I went on the show. I told him, I said, bro, just it's very simple. There's no way in hell Josh will be able to fight Fury without Fury fighting Wilder because his contract. You know what I'm saying? We've seen this in boxing before with Lennox Lewis and Rockman. You can't just skip over a nigga that you got a contract with, that you signed at the
Exactly. It
dotted
don't work
line.
like that
It don't
unless you
work
Right.
that way.
unless you
And then the
paying out
nigga
some
not talking
crazy
about
ass
taking no
money.
step aside.
Yeah.
Bro, and niggas, he was telling me that I don't know shit because Bob Arum's a lawyer. Eddie Hearn got more money than me. I'm just a nigga in Minnesota drawing. I'm like, I bet.
And now
And
and now and now
this nigga bet me $100 that Joshua will be fighting Fury next.
and that was my introduction to boxing Twitter because when I first hopped on and I saw what our man was saying, I was like, wait, why is everyone against him? He's right. Based on the language that's been articulated from both
Exactly.
parties. Yeah,
I
I was like,
always knew
based
he
on
was right. That's the thing about it too.
I'm
well,
like, dude, I ain't the smartest nigga in the world, but it's like, bro, just using common language. And then what really pissed him off is when Bob Arum flew out to Cali and Wilder was out in Cali and Fury's out in Cali for that arbitration. And I told people on Twitter, I said, what are the odds of Wilder, Fury, and Bob Arum being in Los Angeles right now? Having a meeting. What's the odds of that? What's gonna happen in result of that? After that, that nigga said the fight with AJ was dead in the fucking water. Niggas was sick. They was sick as fuck because everybody had to apologize to me. They was like, man, they had this thing called hashtag Artman was right. And literally, niggas was just eating my dick. The whole timeline was just saying, oh man, Artman, I apologize. I thought you were crazy. Da 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 da. All that shit.
Yeah,
and
I'm
and
sure.
then
But
it's
the
funny
thing
because
was,
a
you was
lot of
never
those
you didn't
dudes.
say anything you didn't say anything crazy or do anything crazy. You spit fucking common sense.
Nigga, they had pictures, memes, bro. It was getting to a point where they had memes of me falling over a hill, I mean, a skyscraper with Wilder, talking about that nigga stupid. Ain't no way they gonna fight, man. As soon as that fight with Wilder and Fury got announced, that nigga, I told that nigga Pink IQ send me my motherfucking money, dumbass.
And what's funny is that a lot of dudes for the third fight pick Wilder. Then as soon as Wilder lost, they were like, "Oh, see, we told you he sucked." Blah blah blah. It's like, what the hell are you
Yeah,
talking about? You
niggas was
picked
on
him
my
too.
heels, bro, and I ain't gonna lie, I loved it because I capitalized like a motherfucker selling these hoodies right here, specifically. Man, I
Huh.
capitalized off that motherfucker big time. Good
Hey,
times,
look,
man.
man. Look, man.
Good
Nothing wrong with fucking capitalizing on some clout.
for real. And that's what you
Just
gotta
don't, just
do.
don't,
And
just don't
that's
go Shakur
Just don't get
Stevenson on
lost
it,
in the
bro.
sauce. Yeah,
and
just
that's
don't get lost in the sauce. You know
and
what I
that's what I
mean?
try to tell folks. I try to tell folks on Twitter. I'm like, bro, that's the only reason why I'm really on this app like that or even doing this shit because there's money into it. And plus, I like boxing. I like talking about it.
Right.
But
Yeah,
if you
because
out here just clout
Twitter is
chasing,
terrible for
if you out
legitimate
here just clout
knowledge.
chasing, just the clout chase, that shit is stupid. Like these niggas be having these burner accounts just saying stupid shit. I'm like, what the fuck are you niggas doing?
And
What y'all
I'm really
doing?
tired. I'm really tired of like the space to YouTube channel pipeline. Like a lot of these dudes, look, I understand times are getting hard, and a lot of you want to be able to get super chats and buy your wives and girlfriends something nice. But y'all don't know what the hell y'all talking about. Just because you're in a space where a lot of people, not even a lot, like 40 people seem to agree with you, doesn't mean you know shit about the sport. I mean, you have people just saying just all kinds of off-brand takes trying to get lucky calling an upset so they can certify their knowledge of the sport. It's like, look, just stick to your regular job and talk like the rest of us. Stop everybody starting these YouTube channels. It's already a saturated market. Like
Yeah.
Jesus.
You see a lot of them backed out that shit too. Like there was a lot of channels that was active. Even the Fred and the other motherfuckers like this was active, and you did that shit ain't what it's cracked up to be. You better make it make sense.
It's
Like,
not, and I ain't gonna lie. You don't really make a lot of money off of YouTube
and
doing this shit because they want you to
then,
have
then
like
then they be traveling,
they
they be
want you to
spending
have
their own. But see, I'm not knowledgeable like that. I don't even act like I'm there. But I'm just saying, like they be having to spend their own guap to go to these events, don't they? Like to cover this shit and all that. They be having to spend their
Exactly.
own bread, don't they?
unless they out here sucking dick
No, I'm
to
pretty
get
sure a fight
motherfucking
hype. I'm pretty
to
sure a
get
fight hype doesn't have to
to
do that.
get
But
these
I'm
motherfucking situations. Am I lying? Am I lying? Look,
No,
Blunts and
no.
Boxing, you know this shit because look at all these reporters that came out during the MTK Global days. Boy,
oh
they
my
was
god,
happy.
they was
Wasn't they
Exactly.
happy?
outside.
Wasn't they
They was
happy?
All
outside.
the motherfuckers, yo, bro. It's
Mm.
funny how all the motherfuckers went by the wayside once MTK went fucking missing.
Look how the
Gone.
Yeah.
zone car. Look how the zone cars have went to shit when this MTK went missing. Like you know what I mean? Like that
In
shit.
in a
But
minute,
yo, oh
they
yo,
keep
I
playing.
don't know. I don't
I'm
know if
getting
y'all
ready
saw
to
my
sign a
video.
zone contract.
I don't know if y'all saw
Hey,
my video on the PB on the hate on PBC, but I said the same. I said a lot of that shit in the fucking in that video.
What? What you
Fucking
say?
no, I was talking about how the first thing Eddie Hearn did when he came over here was he's gonna buy up PBC fighters. Like what? Like what are you talking about, bro? Like where are you getting that from? Like why
see
you
what
why
it
you
was?
talking
They
about
thought they
not
was finna
ranking none
see.
of that shit?
That's the arrogant white man shit for one. Thinking that the
It
entitlement, think
is.
you just finna wave your bag and have the nigga slaves just come to you when you're not knowing you got a man who is changing these boys' lives and is loyal to them and putting them in position. Like you can't come in between that. Al got a relationship with them fighters, from what I
Exactly.
understand personally and what I know professionally. Like the
Nigga.
relationship he got with them, bro, like that's like a father
Yo,
figure. You
blunt,
Nigga,
see
yo,
them
blunt.
niggas be
bro,
them
I've
niggas be
seen
thinking God,
nigga,
thinking Alpha, they think God, nigga.
the
You
box,
feel me?
y'all
Yo,
know
Charles
Jamal.
Martin was on a top
Hold on,
rank event talking.
hold on.
Thank Al Heyman. Go
Y'all know
ahead.
y'all know Jamal James, right? So
Mm-hmm.
I was talking to him, it was like a couple years back, like 3 years back. I was talking to him, I was like, man, like, so what's up with Al Heyman? You ever seen that dude for real? Like, and he just had the biggest fucking grin on his face. Like, he was like, man, Al Heyman is like, he's the motherfucking man. He told me he's the man, for real. And you could tell when somebody's serious. He made it seem like this nigga is like right up there with like he the Don or something.
Man, like I
It's
say, one
like I
person
have
will
pictures
lie,
of
but
him type
but
shit.
people ain't gonna lie. Like the people, like you get a person that'll lie, but you're not finna make everybody lie. You know what I mean? Like if everybody is saying the goddamn same thing about this man, bro, like you know
Yo,
what I'm
y'all
saying? This
remember Vonis Monterosen, right?
that's the only motherfucker who ever spoke against him.
And he
Yeah,
and,
he came
and
back.
then
He
he ended up
repented.
saying apologizing.
Like
Yeah,
Broner, man,
because
I swear, Broner interview when he was drunk tells it all, bro. Like he is regretting everything that he did to go against Al. Like that nigga was finna even through the drunkenness, I saw the sincerity in what he was trying to say. He was just too
When
drunk to get
when
it
you
off.
drunk, you tell the truth anyways.
Yeah, bro. He up here.
that's because Broner was up there lying. Broner was up there talking about they couldn't give me fights. They could, and then even before that video, the truth came out. He was like, they just want me to work for a living, and I don't want to do that. And it's like, there you have it.
And
She
Broner,
said they want me to
them.
fight Kill. They want me to fight Godzilla and shit.
No, that's
Right.
because you fucked up. That's because I'm talking about even back then, bro. I know some people who kind of in their circles and shit. They say the Porter fight was punishment for Broner at the time because of his antics outside the ring. Like they was finna keep him on the easy look, fighting just cool mugs to keep his name. But the Porter fight was on some, you keep fucking up. We finna have to put you in there with, you know what I mean? I heard he cost Al a whole bunch of money through all his lawsuits and wilding out, knocking people out on the Vegas Strip. Just kind of taking this position for granted because Broner was the biggest draw. Him and Deontay Wilder had the biggest ratings back when the Maidana fights and all that shit was going down. Broner was in prime position to be like a real star, bro.
Definitely was the top guy along at PBC when they first got started. Keith Thurman.
And if that's true right there, I'm gonna tell y'all, Jamal Charlo, you on the same path, boy. You gonna keep playing, and that belt gonna change hands.
I'm gonna keep y'all know how hard I ride for Jamal. Last night, I ain't gonna even lie, almost brought me to tears, dog. I'm like, damn, cuz you fucked up for real.
I've seen that clip on my page on Twitter, but
I just happened to be on IG and just saw he was live. I'm like, damn, what cuz talking about? I thought he just finna be on there drunk and just on there just talking out this. And he's saying he not drunk, but if you're not drunk, you on some Percocet, you on something that's got you talking slow and inebriated. You know what I mean?
What you think he smoke? You think he smoke weed?
I definitely think he smoke weed. I hope so.
That would be good for him,
because right, because if it's anything other than weed, it's Percocets opioid shit. Because I'm just listening, I be around them type of niggas. Like I'm hearing a slurred talking, just like damn, all like I gave my brother the fight, but he did say this though. He said it's in the contract that he will get the next fight. Now I'm wondering, I'm like, I hope PBC don't play us and give us two Charlos and a Spence. Like I want to see that Benavidez fight, bro. Like that'd be fucked up if Canelo be that 3-fight deal and Benavidez not in it. But long story short, Jamal Charlo was kind of hurting my feelings, bro. Like, damn, you really fucked up. Whatever you going through, you still going through it. And I'm glad you didn't jump in the ring against Canelo like that, because you'd have got knocked the fuck out like that. You know what I mean? So
I'm gonna say this. If I'm Al Heyman, I'm throwing like a little miniature bag and signing Charles Conwell, and I'm like, Charles, get him out of there. Get him off of the belt now. Like I'm having Charles Conwell get Jamal Charlo off that belt and have him reconsider his life without being a champion.
Well, he's still a draw though. When Charlo come back, he still got a good fan base in Texas, and this is my own personal opinion. I don't know if this is real, but I know they be wanting the motherfucker with a little more fanfare to have the belt for that percentage. You know what I mean? I think that's why ain't nobody else in that middleweight can really give the 3% they got to give WBC. Ain't nobody finna get him that type of money that Charlo can bring. Not Adames, not Charles Conway, like not nobody. And I think that's kind of why. Go ahead.
He's still the champion.
No, I understand. I understand why. I understand why he's still a champion. But I'm saying I would have Conwell temporarily get him off of the strap and then be like, "Look, you come back and you show me something. I'll hook you up with this, and then you'll instantly get the rematch with Conwell. And if you can beat him, then you deserve your belt. But if you can't, then you better move around or go up to 168 like you said you would."
Yeah. Now, see the difference between him and Brown. I think everybody a little more understanding and a little more empathetic about Jamal's situation. You know what I'm saying? It just seemed like everybody from the WBC to Al, all them just kind of probably know what Cuz going through and kind of giving them that time. But like you say, it's been 2+ years, bro, and you still seem to be in the same place. And I just told y'all this the other day. Sometimes I just wish he would just shut up and fight. Like, and yesterday was just another example of my little man. You just need to.
Bro, I'm watching these fights on YouTube. I just look at the fucking Montiel versus Charlo, and I see the date on that bitch. I be like, God damn, that nigga
hella long ago.
Then, shit, niggas is grown.
Niggas creaming me. I be bringing up his successes. They be like, "Cuz that was 4-5 years ago." I'm like, damn, wasn't it that long ago? Shit.
Man, I ain't gonna lie, man. I'm Maul needs to just get his shit together, bro.
Yeah,
the only solution is to fight. That's the only solution. Fighting.
Yeah, you stay saying that. I feel you, D-High. I can't even front on that. Logic. It's fight.
The truth, man.
That's all he can do.
It's the truth. That's all he can do for real. Like that's your bread and butter.
He's not gonna become a barber. He's not gonna become a lawyer. He is a high performance combat sports athlete. That is the only thing that is gonna solve anything.
Right. Go back to your foundation.
Go back to what
Man.
made him that killer.
Then he was saying, I know this ain't boxing, but he was saying the girl name. He was cheating with all type of shit, drunk on the. Like, damn, just get back in the ring. Get off all that bullshit and just go back in the gym, bro. Because he is a great. I thought Cuz was great. I still think he is great as far as just skill set. His physical stats, his attributes, like everything. He cold in that ring, got a hell of a jab, but all that shit dead if you can't get yourself to get in the ring. Shit, we talking about motherfuckers who active right now. There's a lot of activity going on. I hate to get caught up on 5 years ago, but there's a lot of good fights. Maul, go on, give up the belt and let motherfuckers be great so you could come back. Shit,
But y'all, I'm about to check out. Y'all, I'm out hit y'all up another time.
be cool, G.
Yep.
Right.
What's
All
up with
right, bro.
Hey, you see Frank Martin on his interview? He's out of took that 25% in a heartbeat.
I know, and you see niggas is hush hush about that shit. The only thing I'm seeing is niggas is hush, or they either saying, "Well, Frank Martin ain't does he ain't like Shakur Stevenson. He ain't got the accolades that Shakur Stevenson got." And I'm like, nigga, if you want to be 100, Frank Martin got better accolades at 135 than this nigga Shakur Stevenson. What are we talking about?
I
Well,
would say,
no,
but
no,
sure.
no. Or he definitely got a higher profile than Frank Martin now. They'll do that.
At
They'll do that.
135?
Period.
What I'm
Name
talking about is
wise.
Yeah,
no, I'm talking about
yeah,
at the division that you challenging for all the belts at.
That's like
yeah.
Crawford and
Shakur,
Spence. Crawford ain't got the right to ask for 50-50 from Spence,
even though he probably got it,
even though he probably got it.
even though he probably got it.
Because Spence sounded so frustrated. Like when they was asking him, like, man, it was on me to make the fight happen. Like, bro, I gave him
That's
shit that
that's what
I
I
didn't even
said. I
want to
said,
give him. Shit,
but, but that's what I was telling our man. I said that when it comes to the fight itself, he seems pretty calm. But when he start talking about that bread, he looked like he getting ready to cry. He's like, son of a bitch.
son of
like,
a bitch, it got me, caught me. That's just like when a motherfucker know you want something, when they know you really want it, they have leverage in the negotiations because they know you really want it more than
right,
them for real. Like you got
right.
Crawford saying he didn't even need to fight all that old heavy shit. Spence was on some, I don't want Thurman, I don't want none of that shit. Give me that. And so when a motherfucker know you in that spot, they gonna work that to their fullest, negotiation leverage as they can. You know what I mean?
Yep, I couldn't agree more. That's why Crawford spent the last 2 years positioning himself to retire without ever fighting Spence, so his reputation could remain intact. He's like, oh, I don't need it. I'm already established. I don't need that for my legacy. That fight's behind me. Blah 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 blah. But then when that Avanesian bag turned out to be horrible, he's like, you know what? Maybe I should just revisit this situation.
And I know you guys probably cold with that video shit. I don't know who he is, but when this dude get knocked out, I want y'all to make a compilation of all that. I don't need the fight. The fight never gonna happen. The blah blah blah. Then the knockout. You hear me, y'all? So yeah, that's what all that shit got you. You hear me? That's why you didn't need that fight because you got your ass whooped.
Right? Should have fought him earlier. should have fought him earlier.
I
Uh,
was watching that Avanesian fight with Crawford, and I don't know. And Earl said this. I thought this to myself. I don't know if he wasn't moving as much as he used to because A, he's getting older. B, he's more settled at the weight, and he could just stand there and trade. Or C, you know what I'm saying? He just felt like the opponent wasn't worthy, of the movement. Goddamn me, but
You- he wasn't moving because he had to carry Avanesian. He could have knocked Avanesian out in the first round. He had to carry him. So he wasn't moving because Avanesian is terrible. And keep in mind, Avanesian is somebody who already had a fight lined up and they were already basically at weight for November. So they have to hold that weight for another month to December. So yeah, he had to carry him for 6 rounds to make it look good. But no, he could have got rid of him in the first round. Avanesian is horrible.
I was asking, do you think his legs are getting old at his age? I guess that's where I was leaning with his movement. Do you think he still the mover he was? Because he gonna need some movement against Spence. Because that standing in the pocket shit ain't gonna work, especially if
I'm
Spence
I'm
could.
I'm not taking anything away from Crawford because Crawford has fought very marginal competition. He's had no major injuries. That is prime, uninjured, unhurt Terrence Crawford. And I don't want to hear nothing else about it from any Crawford fans talking about, oh, well, he's old and Spence waited and blah, blah. No, if anything, in combat years, Spence is older than Crawford because he's been through more stuff and he's had to fight tougher competition while going through more stuff, hospital rehabs, injuries, all that stuff. So when we're talking about combat sports years, Spence is probably older than Crawford in combat sports years. So that's prime Terrence Crawford. Ain't nothing wrong with
Flat out.
Yeah, I don't even want to hear that. Time about, oh, I started hearing that like, oh, well, he's older now and he's been through something. I'm like, been through what stuff? Been through what? What's he
And
been
ain't been
through?
through no wars. He ain't been through no, like you say, he ain't been through that much at his age. Like he had a cool,
Exactly.
and a lot of it is due to him, of course. But I'm just saying, though, no excuses, no excuses. This I don't want to hear shit. They are
Yeah,
still undefeated. There is no blemish, and in his fights, you can't say that he looked like he's regressing. Like even in the Canelo Charlo, we can speak of how Canelo has looked like he's,
Man, they calling motherfucking Charlie. They calling Eddie, not Eddie Hearn, Oscar De La Hoya a hater because he said Canelo losing the step, my guy. He losing the step.
they hate when you tell the truth, bro. Spence was losing the step. I say so. Like you just
And
gotta admit
I
when you
said
see it.
something. I
Like,
said, look, I said something, man. You can tell that this might be a real close fight based off of this. Charlo and Canelo are the same age, but we're only looking at one fighter as a fighter that's losing a step. Am I lying? They the same
but
age.
but
But
like but like Oscar
we
did
looking
say,
at one of them like,
I,
damn, he
Canelo is an
undisputed,
old
going crazy.
Canelo is an old 33 though. I will say that. I
He's an
will.
old 33. And folks, and when he lose to Charlo, they're gonna say, oh well, I mean, he been boxing since he was 15 back in Guadalajara. You know, them dirt roads is bad for your knees, all types of shit.
But you know what? They right. They right. But still, if Charlo win, he win. Fuck what y'all talking about. Like, hey, but you
I
could be
know, right?
right. Both things could be true. But fuck all that. You lose, you lose. I don't give a fuck about none of that.
Motherfucker been fighting since 15, bro.
That's
Like,
a long
what?
time, bro. That's a long
Bro,
time.
it's not
And
even
how
just,
old was he when he fought Floyd? 23?
yeah.
yeah.
And that was like how many years ago? That was like 10 years ago, bro.
Yeah.
10
He better watch
years
out
ago.
for Charlo.
But I don't
But
really
like,
care because he's managed his career in this way. He could have been in a position where he fought Charlo years ago. He's managed his career in this way, so whatever the consequences is brought on by his own actions. So I don't
shout out
care
to
how
Eddie
old he is.
Reynoso. Me neither. Shout out to Eddie Reynoso, though, the puppet master. He picked the perfect fights for Canelo, the perfect names at the perfect points. Like, gotta give shout out to Canelo management, boy. Because if you name Canelo competition on paper, it's amazing. Like, if I just start naming off the Kovalevs and the Kotos and the Lara, like, them motherfuckers, like, wow. But when you really break down what happened in each fight, and it's an asterisk by all them names. You know what I mean? As far as when he caught him, you got Khan on your resume, and you talk about fighting Baku, like you wild boy. You feel me? Like Canelo just they know what they doing over there, but like you say, it's gonna come to a point where that's gonna catch up with you, and Jamel might be the one to give it to you for real.
Yeah,
Yeah,
especially because when it was actually time to fight him and you were the mandatory for those dudes down there, you went up to Canelo weight. You went up to 155. So this is really on you. You could have been handled this business, but instead you chose to not do that. You chose to BS around and fight all these people nobody cared about, and now you're back to it. And you're trying to use these as your retirement fights because you feel that they're older, they're smaller, and they don't have as much experience. And it's like, okay, hey, I hope you're right, but maybe your luck ran out. It just did. We'll see. We will see.
it's on. It's on. Everything is close. Everything is close. The fight ain't the fight next week, next or 2 weeks.
No, that shit's in August, ain't it?
No, I'm talking about Spence. I'm talking about my bad. I'm talking about Spence Crawford. I was just thinking in my head
Oh
like the
yeah,
fights are upon us now. Like shit, this finna go down.
yeah, yeah. Oh shit! Wait, that is in 2 weeks. Oh hell no! This girl talking about she want to go see a double feature of Barbie and Oppenheimer during Spence Crawford. Hell no.
Oh no, like
Yeah, nah, she crazy.
everybody gotta understand life shuts down on that night. You feel me? I don't
Yeah,
care what's going on. Like I didn't already communicated to whom it may concern. You feel me? Like if you're
yeah.
not
I'm
talking about
I'll
Spence
delay it.
Crawford.
I'll delay it till Sunday then, cause I ain't no way talking about some damn Barbie and Oppenheimer double feature. Oh man. Yeah,
Hey, who y'all?
and then
Hey, who y'all think? Jared. I like how they bringing Jared Anderson right back, but I wanted to ask you about that other heavyweight, that Russian dude, the Magda, what's his name?
ooh, Makhmudov. See, Art man, what I tell you. What I
Who?
tell you.
Man, that Makhmudov
Makhmudov.
dude,
Well,
he's
the one that fought
tripping.
on the undercard?
Hey, he's
Yeah.
scary. He's
And
scary in that
they're
ring.
Dirk didn't believe me. Dirk got upset. I said, put Jared in with Makhmudov right now. Dirk was like, nope. Why? I was
No.
like, uh-huh. I was
Nah,
like,
he'll
uh-huh.
get Jared. I don't know. The reason why is because even though Jared he looked good, oh he fighting like a middleweight at heavyweight.
Yeah,
That's
for the
cool,
first
but
three rounds.
sometimes in this game, you gotta fight like a big man. You know what I'm saying? And that's how fucking Charles Martin was fighting his ass. It wasn't just, oh, I'm about to throw a million type of combinations. Nigga, I'm about to lunge and throw this crazy right hand down the middle. If it
Because
crack,
one
your ass
shot
gonna
could
fall
change,
over.
yeah, because one shot can change shit at heavyweight. You know what I
Wait,
mean? That's why
yeah,
I
like,
didn't like all his, like how you say he kept on leaning straight back, getting hit. Somebody gonna put you all, lean you
over.
all the way back, Fat Joe.
And we know who the king of fighting a motherfucker like that. Wilder. He'll lean on
And
the nigga, man. You go straight back against Wilder, nigga. Your ass is it's over, nigga. Your ass
that's
gonna go
why.
ropes.
But see, blunts and boxing, see what I'm talking about. That's why when I told Dirk, I was like, all right, Dirk, let's match Jared Anderson up with Makhmudov right now. Dirk was like, no, that fight don't
No,
make no
sir.
sense. I was like, yeah, because his
The
sloppy ass will
person you
get
should
on
be
Jared
matching
Anderson.
Jared Anderson up against right now is Richard Torres.
Who
No,
watched them both
sir.
knock each other out like idiots.
Exactly. Or no, Richard Torres fuck around, knock cuz out. Like,
Nah.
man,
I'm
Richard
Richard
Torres,
Torres a beast
but
though.
I'm
I
saying
like
and
dude.
and you see what I'm talking about? That to me, that's considered like a 50-50 fight now.
Richard Torres is not good, but however, he's very fast and he punches hard. That's the problem. Like he's uncoordinated, but if he gets you, you can go to sleep.
Exactly. I like that style. Like
They
you,
should
like
make
y'all
like
say,
a
this heavyweight. Like shit, he coming high heavyweight. He ain't a big guy, but like to Art, what he was just saying as far as his heavyweight game, shit, he's stepping high. I like to see a motherfucker step at heavyweight.
if I was top ranked, you know what I'd do? I have Richard Torres fight every fucking black bum there is, and then put him up against
And hype
fucking
him up,
yeah, and have him fight
hype
against
him up as a
Anderson
black
and make it
slayer.
seem like some Tommy Morrison type shit, the new age, real
Hey,
shit.
man, you better be careful though, because if Steven Torres get too much seasoning, he might mess around and become good.
Wasn't he an Olympian? Well, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was in the Olympics. I don't know if he
He
was a
got
medalist,
he
but
got starched in the Olympics.
Damn.
yeah, didn't he get smoked by was it Makhmudov or was it Jalopy?
It was somebody,
It
and
was
it
it
was
was one of the
vicious.
one it was one of the new dudes that they signed. It was either Makhmudov or Jalalov. I call him
Let me see.
Jalapi.
How old is Mahmoudov?
He looked old as hell.
He look
he
old as
looked
a motherfucker. That's why I said that. Like, what the fuck?
like all the Russian fighters. They just look stressed out for whatever reason.
Shit,
He
brother,
got knocked out by some nigga named Jalalov.
Okay, so it's Jalopy. Yeah, yeah. And Top Rank signed both of them, so they got Makhmudov and Jalopy
Damn,
over
they
there.
trying to take over the heavyweight division,
I
aren't
was
they?
just thinking it was a nice name they got a heavyweight at Top Rank.
Mm.
But
They
they moving Jared. They moving Jared quicker than all of them. No,
because Top Rank, what they do is they'll sign like a whole Olympic class at one time. They'll sign like 5, 6 dudes like at a time. So when you fresh out the Olympics, they'll let you get like, and it's funny because those Russian dudes, they let them get a few professional fights before they sign them. They're like, wait, hold on, we need to get you to like 10-0 and see if you actually good. Because heavyweights is hard to tell because like you guys just said, one punch will change everything. You'll have a dude you think is good knocking everybody out, step him up once and he gets slaughtered. So they had
NFL
to let them.
job.
Yeah, right. So they had to let them go ahead and prove something real quick. They were like, let's see if these dudes are actually good.
I feel that.
I was surprised the Jabba guy did like that in that fight against what's his face,
Frank
the Cuban.
Sanchez,
I was
Yeah,
there too. I was like,
I
oh
wasn't
shit.
surprised. That ain't nothing.
I thought
I
he was
thought
a
he,
little
I
something.
thought
I
he
ain't
was
gonna
at
even
least.
proud the. Yeah, I
I
thought he
thought
was
at
a little
least he was gonna
something.
get like 1, 2, 3 off, nigga. He didn't get shit off on dude. It was
But
just
even even
bad.
even our, even our man called F.A. Jagba Wilder from Wish,
Yeah,
Yeah,
and then
definitely.
that was before he fought Frank Sanchez. But our man don't like Frank Sanchez either, so he just figured he'd pick a Jagba.
nah, that's a great analogy though. You hear me? Because that's who I thought. That's the guy that I viewed it too. Then you hear me? I thought he was trying to
He
be
was
some, but I
he was
thought he was
cool.
gonna be a little more than that. But Frank Sanchez did what he had to
F.A. is
do.
just like F.A. not even like a big man. He's like a pretty small heavyweight to be honest. Like he's not even big like that.
Who you think
Hey,
will win
or
the
hey,
favorite
are you in front of your computer? Look up Mahmoud for me, bro. See how old he is.
Man, I'm over here looking at this Taurus real quick. This nigga, damn, he got his ass slept, nigga. What the fuck?
I did. Magmudov, Arslanbek Makhmudov. He's 34. Oh yeah, he old.
Exactly. I knew it. Yeah. All
He
right.
old. He old, bro. And he went the
But he,
distance with Carlos Takam. That's terrible.
that's terrible.
That's terrible. He got six. He got 17 wins, 16 knockouts, and his only decision is Carlos Takam. That's bad. How
That
the
was
you
his
going
last
this?
fight.
Nah, that was like 2 fights. His last fight was some random dude named Rafael.
Damn. Hey, where is this Jollif ass nigga at? Where he at now?
Jalopy. I don't know.
I haven't seen that nigga fight now one time as a pro.
I watched it. He just fought on I forgot which card.
He would top rank.
Yeah. Yeah, Bako Deer Jalo. And he 29. Yeah, all he do is old.
I know, because they be in the fucking Olympics beating up on kids.
Yeah, but I said that Jalopy need to go on and fight Hergovic and make him earn a paycheck.
Man, before I get out of here, we got to talk about Fulton versus Anui real quick. I'm going to do my next show too. But Fulton
I'm
Anui, man, I
concerned,
ain't going to
man.
lie. Like, now we getting closer and closer. I'm looking at some Anui tape, more tape than I looked at as usual. And I'm saying, like, man, this dude, he got this punch that scares me. It's where
It
he,
is.
like, it's like he kind of, like, slips to the right and then throws the straight right hand right down the center real fast.
Mm-hmm.
That shit right there, I don't know if the power gonna translate or if it does, man. Steven, he gonna have to be on his fucking gameplay. Like he gotta be on his toes, man. His defense gotta
Yeah,
be
I
on
can see
point.
the Inoue. I don't know about number one in the world, but Inoue nice. And I can't even act like he just a hype job from over there. You feel me? Because he's nice in the ring, bro. And I think Fulton can pull it off in the decision. But like you say, that right coming. You know what I mean? And even though Fulton defenses, he's slick. I done seen him get caught a couple times. Like,
Right. Yeah.
you know what I mean? Like,
In the
I don't know
fucking
everybody
in the
get hit, but
Figueroa fight, like man, like I'm over here looking at that shit, like dude, you better not even try to have a fight like this against a Nui nigga.
The thing I don't like most about Fulton is his footwork. As opposed to maintaining a forward stance where he moves both of his feet backwards or forwards at the same time, he'll move his feet one at a time and almost walk backwards. That leaves you susceptible to knockdowns. You can't get any power off. Like it's terrible. Anyway, maintains his boxing stance going forward and backward and moves his feet in quick succession simultaneously. Fulton like walks everywhere, and that's just so weird to me. Like I don't like how he does that. Like he'll walk back to the ropes, he'll walk forward. He can't get any power off on the inside. It's so weird. I'm like I'm honestly concerned because I can't have them talking about this anyway, dude, for the rest of my life. Like,
man. Cause if
like
he
it's
win, you know they finna anoint him as the greatest boy. They
oh my
finna.
god, pound for pound number one over everybody to ever live. You know how it goes.
I swear. Spence,
He
whoever
about
wins,
to.
Spence Crawford gonna be number two.
Yeah, he good. Anyway, gonna replace Lomachenko, and it's funny too because if Anyway pulls this off, I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna change my mind. I'm like, you know what? Let Anyway fight Tank. Let Anyway fight Tank, and then at his funeral, you could talk about how he's coffee pound number one. God damn it.
Let the fuck out. Where
Yeah,
does he?
exactly.
Hey, what does people talk about fight Tank? Where does he meet Tank at?
135. You don't meet Tank nowhere. You go to where Tank at.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Nah,
talking about what you gonna do? Like have Tank go back down to 126? Ain't nobody trying to hear that.
at least 130. I was remember Tank saying he could make that comfortably. You know what I
Mm,
mean? But he wouldn't know.
mm.
Like you say, come on, holler at me.
Yeah, exactly. Just you do 135 from one fight, and if it's that serious, you cut back down like Donaire did.
Damn, he say he concerned for Fulton.
I'm very concerned. I mean, I'm like I said, I never thought anyway was a top three pound for pound, but I said he was top five, and people translated that into me saying that he sucks. And it's like, no, I'm not saying that he sucks. I'm saying he's not top three in the world. Is he top five? Sure. Is he top three? No, because I mean, look at the people he's been clearing. But my hope is that the weight gain takes some of the speed off, take some of the edge off and take some of the timing off. Because when Ray Vargas went from 126 to 130, he was visibly slower. You know, his timing was off. He didn't throw as many punches. I'm hoping that the same thing happens to Inoue.
Hold on, who the
Because
fuck is this Crystal Lyncher talking about why has Haney not signed a contract? Nigga, shut the fuck up.
yeah, Haney sent the contract. I don't know what you're talking about.
Right, what the fuck we talking about?
I think
Yeah,
What are you
everything
talking about?
changes.
Nigga,
I
shut
think
the hell
everything
up.
changes once Cuz come home from jail. You feel me? I
Man,
think all that changes once
what you
Cuz
think
come
about
home.
this? What y'all think about this WBO situation that they trying to say for Devin Haney, or he should just leave that shit alone?
no, I think Devin Haney should go ahead and take that. I think Devin Haney should scrap Barboza for the vacant WBO, beat him, and then unify with Regis. Because
Mm.
waiting on Tank at 135 is a non-starter. Because at the end of the day, like even if you stay there, Tank could just say I'm not fighting you and I'm gonna do something else. And if you leave,
But
of course Tank is gonna say, oh, you ducking, but Tank was gonna do that anyway.
hey, you know what I'm thinking?
Uh,
If Tank's staying at 135, he gonna have to see motherfucking Frank Martin
or
eventually,
or Shakur.
or Shakur.
But my whole thing was I wanted Devin Haney to go do that. So then Tank could possibly talk about fighting Tiafimo, and then so if Tank goes up to 140 to fight Tiafimo, he has no excuse for why he can't do the same with Devin Haney, and Devin Haney will have two belts.
I don't think Tank leaves 135 at all.
Even for Tiafimo,
Nope.
why not?
I
Just
just feel like,
Tiafimo.
I mean, unless he's out of PBC, like I just don't feel like it's in their best interest to do that. You know what I mean? That's just my personal opinion. Like they probably gonna make an Isaac a two with Cruz before they do some shit like that. Even though that ain't the fight I picked, but I could just see them going in that direction. You know what I
Well, yeah,
mean?
well, I
Like
mean, yeah, for him being fresh out, of course. But I'm talking about after that because Tiafimo's now a free agent. You could bring him in, fight him at 140. That's a massive money fight for Tank, especially coming off of his Josh Taylor performance. And then once Tank is at 140, he'll like, hey, what's the excuse now? You went up there for Tiafimo, Barrios. Now Haney's there with two belts. What's the problem?
he's comfortable at 135. That's what's the problem. And he ain't finna go up for no Tiafimo. Like I could stay at 135 and make my bread. You could come back down, nigga. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I
Tank
just
is,
don't
Tank
think.
is comfortable wherever the money is. That whole I'm only comfortable at 135 is specifically for Devin Haney.
No, hell no. He's been consistent with it. Like he's only fought there once, even with the Ryan shit, he wasn't going up. Like he's just not going up. Like I
But he
don't
did
have
but
to.
he
Just
but he did go for Ryan. He gave Ryan the grace of a
130
catchweight.
of a pound or two.
I mean anything above 135 is 140.
You being hard on them, D. You being hard on them, my boy.
Not
You
not to
feel me?
not to mention not even a few years ago they were entertaining the thought of a Keith Thurman. So it's like they go wherever the bread is.
Yeah, I feel that. I can understand where you coming from, but no, ain't nobody going up to 140 for no TFE. He ain't. I don't think you. I don't think he even worth it for real. I think there are other fights that they can make at 135, like a Shakur and even Frank. Like even though Frank probably ain't gonna be as profitable, but everything Tank do is profitable, and they keep it in house and Spence with his name to promote the Frank fight. Like I just think it's a bunch of moves they can make unless Devin Haney want to just, which I feel like gonna be the move. I think when Tank get out, they gonna try to make the Haney fight, and I think Haney waiting on that low key. Like he entertaining other fights, and they talking about this, that, and the third. But I could just tell just from his interviews and what and the play. That's the real play. If you want to make some ultimate bread, him and Tank is the fight. So I just think when Tank come home and everybody get to figuring things out, I think Haney and Tank is the fight that's gonna be made ultimately if everybody could just get their way. You know what I mean?
I hope so. I certainly hope so. That is definitely the fight that I personally want to see if he is going to remain at 135. And because Shakur ain't gonna do nothing. Shakur sit there and wait and actually earn some of this hype we've been talking about.
Yeah, and then Shakur, I hate the Loma carry my boy. You feel me? Loma just carried the sleeves off of him, I was kind of like, damn, Shakur, you kind of putting yourself out there. But that's the fight I want anyway, him and Loma. Why you sitting up here trying to fake negotiate with Haney, just gonna beat Loma. You know what I mean? So I think Loma just sitting around waiting to see what Haney gonna do, because it's either between Tank and a Loma rematch for Haney. I can't see all go to 140. You know what I mean? I can't. I just know
Man,
Devin
can we
on that
all agree
paper.
though that the kid got motherfucking, or the young brother got options? Devin Haney.
Oh yeah,
Plenty.
yes
You
sir.
got plenty of options, especially because everybody think he's sweet. everybody think he's an easy mark, which I find hilarious.
Yeah, they do. They do got a mark on them like he liked it, but the boy's solid
They're like,
though.
oh, I'm gonna knock him out easy. Okay, hey, sounds great. Sounds great.
But he just needs to. But he, like I told Art a couple weeks ago, he needs to make up his mind if he's just gonna go to 140. But I know why he's lingering around. That Tank fight is in the air. Like the Shakur cool, and that's for the purists and us to talk about. But the real bread and what's all on the line is him and Tank. And I know both of them. I ain't gonna say it's Spence Crawfordish, but it's in the same thing where Devin know that I need to handle that. I could do a lot of things, but that is what I need to handle. It really, this nigga, the face of the sport, is where I really should be based on my credentials and my accomplishments. But this nigga is getting the benefits of the game like he did what I did. And I ain't saying, and not to just say Devin thinking like that, but you know what I mean? Like he kind of that's some shit he need to handle. Like
I
I
just,
need to
I
get
just,
rid of
li-
him.
I just like it because it's a more dangerous fight than Shakur. It is like I'm sorry, but Tank is better. Tank can not only do everything that Shakur can do, but there's also the power situation. So yeah,
Right,
I know
right,
people.
right.
It may not people may not like to hear that, but Tank is just better than Shakur at everything. At everything. So
Ooh.
it is what it is. I mean, people could talk about the punch output and the angles and all that nonsense. Yeah, you don't need to do all that when you're durable and you have a power bailout. Shakur boxes the way he does to make up for his deficiencies. It's not because he's some kind of ultimate badass.
Right, 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 right. I feel that.
That's
Yep.
why I tell everybody. I say the reason why you're so impressed with Shakur right now is because he looks like Errol Spence Jr. back in the day without power. That's what I'm saying. He looks like a
Nah,
young Errol Spence Jr.
I'm about to
without
dip
power.
up out of here. Hey, but we definitely gonna do it up, chop it up some more. Hey, it's Alicia Baumgartner fight week this Saturday.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I think
I heard
so.
she fighting the person that beat her because she not undefeated.
Yeah, she's doing that again.
Hopefully she
Right.
tighten up on that defense. I ain't seeing it though in the camp because
Yeah,
she on her Roy Jones Jr. shit.
she keeps leaving that arm down like she cold like that. I'm like, boo boo, you're not that fast.
I know, but good luck to her. Good luck to Frank Martin. I don't see who
Yeah,
Frank Martin call out.
yeah, probably Devin Haney again, cause I
Somebody
mean,
who ain't gonna fight him, shit. That's
right?
who he
Yeah,
gonna
what else he
call
gonna
out.
do?
Yeah.
All right, I'm holler at
Y'all
y'all.
brothers be cool. All right.
Yeah, have a good one.